Hi and welcome. My name is Jackie and I'm going to break down the basics of using Instagram for your business. We're not going to give you the entire overview of Instagram, but rather the key features I would focus on using for you and your business. Before we jump into the tutorial on how to use Instagram for your business, there are two things I need you to do underneath your settings. The first one is making your Instagram public. The second thing is becoming a creator or professional account, and I'm going to show you how to do both right now. Okay, the first thing I'm going to have you do is go to your settings and scroll down to account privacy, switch that to public, so now your account is public. Then go back and you're going to scroll down a little bit more to account types and tools, switch to professional account, click the next button a bunch of times. This is going to make you have much larger reach and have access to insights. Just select entrepreneur or health and beauty, it doesn't really matter. Then click next. And then it will also have you connect your Facebook and your Instagram from here. But make sure that you are a creator account and you are good to go from here. Okay, let's start from the very beginning. Let's go to Instagram. The very first thing I want you to be aware of when you come into Instagram, all of these highlight bubbles are people that you follow. Now, we are going to focus on you though today, which down here in the bottom right-hand corner is your profile. Over here, this is where we're going to coach you on what to do for your business. First things first, we're going to want to make sure that we have a very clear profile picture. So if you tap and hold your finger on this, it's going to automatically pull up options for you to upload a very well-lit selfie. I'm going to encourage you guys right now to have a profile picture of just your face. I know it's tempting to use your dogs or your kids or a picture where you used to look really good 5 years ago. You can click choose from library and that will pull up your own camera roll and you can select one from there or import one from Facebook. Next up, right out the gates, if you click edit profile right there, it is so important that here in the name field, you utilize this feature. Notice how mine has a couple of keywords in mine. That's totally strategic and you can do that too today. In here, you'll want to add in keywords that you know you will relate to other women with. The reason we do that is because in this name field, those terms are what we call searchable. So that if someone is searching in the middle of the night, a keyword that is in your name field, your name will pop up. Then, of course, we want you using the username feature. And this is where it's going to be important that as a brand new person in her business, you're going to make yours be something like your name. I know that sounds really funny, but a lot of people have their username, something with numbers, something with tons of underscores, something funny from years and years and years ago. But I would say it's the safest bet to stay away from something that is catchy and just stick with your name. Here in the bio field, this is where you can really play up connecting with someone. So this is where I would put something like, I help women do blank, or I help women get blank result. Something that you know you can help someone do by them coming to your page. And then if you tap on it, it's going to allow you to see how I can use something like a finger that points down that says one compact makeup color match. I say that because I want people to click on my link, which is right below that. If we click back, you can see that right here, links feature, if you tap on that, I can then link my color match jot form or any sort of form that I have that I want someone to fill out so that I can give them more information about my product. Here you can also link your Facebook profile, which I think is super helpful because if someone was to click on that, they could then be linked back to my Facebook profile as well. Let's discuss your link in bio now because I feel like this is a hot topic. So if I click my link, mine is currently a Stan Store. Yours most likely won't be. I'm going to show you guys a couple of really cool options to have a very beautiful link in bio. So this is what mine looks like. It comes up with tons of different options. So this is where I gather people's information if they want a color match, if they want to work with me at Saint, I have it right there. And then other cool links as well. So like even if they're my customer and they want to know how to apply it, I've linked a lot of cool features here in using my link in bio. So let's go over what you'll do for your link in bio. I personally think searching the word milkshake on your app store is the best link in bio to use right now. So once you have a milkshake downloaded to your phone, you're going to click sign up with email and plug in your credentials. Okay, so once you are logged into Milkshake, right out the gates is going to give you this page, and these are just showing you templates of what your link in bio will look like. I would say this is a great place to start. Just click select. It brings you to this page, and again, you can just choose whatever you feel like suits you. Let's just start with this one and click edit. And when it brings you to this page, you can click the camera and upload a photo from your camera roll, and it's going to give you a very branded look. Where it says card heading, I would just say welcome, and here are my favorites. Then you'll scroll down. You don't need to worry about a subheading unless you want to. And right down here where it has links, this is where you're going to include forms for people to use for them to shop with you, a link to your company website, and or maybe you've been talking about Amazon links lately. If you want to link some of your favorite Amazon finds, anything like that can go here underneath links. I'm going to click here link text, and I'm going to click that little pencil. And in here, I'm going to put let's build you a palette or color match form. Either one works. And once you've made your color match form, you're going to paste it right in there and click save. And you could put something like existing customers shop here, something like that. But you definitely want to make it clear that a new customer should always go through a color match first. If you are going to add that, I could just put shop my makeup or existing customers only, anything like that. So I'm going to put in my URL, jackietax.saintofficial.com. And then I'm going to save that. Once you have your link in bio how you like, you can click publish, and it's going to generate this URL for you. Once you have published it, you can follow the steps, and it says add link to bio. And right there, you can just copy your link, tap on that, and it's now copied that. Go back to Instagram. Inside Instagram, you can go to edit profile, and right here where it says links, you can add that link. So I'm just going to paste that right there, and that is my new milkshake link in bio. Okay, next up, let's learn how to make an Instagram story. So down here are some cool little features. This plus sign is the one I want you to click on and move over to story. And now we are in an Instagram story. Don't you worry though, because nothing's being published. You can always film this as many times as you like, but let's go over the features of this. Right away, if you take your thumb and press it down, you are now filming an Instagram story. If I take my thumb off, it's going to stop. And I'm going to click that back button right there because we don't need this. We're going to discard it, but you could of course save it if you needed to, if you wanted to come back to it. I'm going to show you guys a cool little feature, which is right here, this little arrow. I'm going to tap that, and I'm going to click hands free, and then I'm going to tap this again, and now I'm able to remove my hands and do a tutorial if I wanted to without my hands, or if I was going to film myself making my morning coffee, I could set this up on the counter and move about my business. I would just need to come forward and tap it again. And now it's moved it to where I can shorten things. I can kind of edit the front of it or the back of it. That is trimming out video. And then if I click done, a couple cool things could happen, because you might be thinking, well, I'm not ready to post this. You don't have to be ready to post this. You click those three little dots and you click save. It's going to save this down to your camera roll, and you can carry on with your morning until you're ready to post, okay? So let's say that we filmed something earlier on in the day. Maybe we didn't even film it in Instagram, but we filmed it on our phone. If you click down here to this is going to pull up your camera roll, and I can find that video and bring it in as an Instagram story. Or let's say I filmed something on my phone. Here is some cute little video of me and my son. I can grab that and I can click done, and I can add that in as an Instagram story as well. You always want to make sure that you're clicking your stories. These other options are not nearly as important, so I wouldn't worry about those. When it comes to filming makeup content, do not use a filter that's dishonest, and it doesn't make you as trustworthy. However, are filters fun to use? They sure are. So if you're not selling the product, go ahead and have some fun using them. Let me show you how to find filters. Filters is if you click on someone's bubble and you tap through their content, you'll notice right there, that is telling you she has a filter. And so I just lightly tap that with my thumb, and I'm now going to click try it. And once I click try it, I'll notice, wow, I've got like a whole lot more saturation in my frame, all that. It's super fun to use. Again, if you sell like a makeup product or anything like that, I think that is pretty dishonest to do stuff with a filter on. However, if you're just walking around talking, doing something like that, I think that this is just fine. And if you wanted to save this, say that you're like, oh my gosh, I love this filter, I want to use it all the time. This little flag down here, you're just going to tap it, and that's going to save it. Okay, once we're back in stories, You can certainly use video. In fact, I encourage you to do videos like this where you're talking. It establishes way more trust. You're going to find the biggest issue you have in your business is people just simply trusting you. And the way that people can trust you is if they can see into your eyes and they can see that you're a normal person. However, is it appropriate at times to bring in just pictures for your Instagram story? Sure. So again, we're going to go back down to that bottom corner in the left-hand corner. And if I tap on that, I can grab images from my camera roll. You can even search your camera rolls right here. But I can grab images and I can upload that. And I would encourage you to type across images like this your own personal thoughts. So if you go right here to the letter A, you can type out, big mood of the day or whatever. And down here are some really cool fonts that you can play with, which I think are great. This is actually my least favorite font. Don't use it. But these are really cool to use if you wanted to write your own thoughts. You can move them around, whatever have you. Moving on to a few more key features here is if you click this smiley face guy, inside here are a lot of fun engagement tools. We won't go into all of these today, but I'll go into my most favorite ones. My most favorite engagement tools to use underneath the smiley face guy is the link sticker. Right here is where I'm going to actually direct a follower of mine who views my story to get a color match. So I always save my forum right here. This is my color match forum. I'm going to just copy that link. I'm going to click copy link and I'm going to go back to Instagram. I'm going to paste it right there. And then once I do that, I can now customize that and I can say, build me a compact, just have some fun with it or whatever. It doesn't, you could build me a custom compact, build me a palette, whatever. And when I click done, it's going to be right there. And if I tap it once, I can change the color of it, tap it twice, move it down lower because people are more apt to reply if it's closer to where their thumb is. Also inside this engagement tool, little housing situation, is right down here. This is your camera roll. So if I also wanted to bring in another picture, I could tap that and make it a circle. This is kind of cool if you wanted to make your own image. And my third favorite tool in here is using the questions box. So I'll use this to type in things like, tell me your unpopular opinion. How was your weekend? What do you love or not love about your makeup? I'll use this to generate conversations. Obviously, I'm not using this all on one Instagram story feed, but these are just my favorite tools so far. Another fun way that you can add to your Instagram stories is, let's say you're scrolling your feed and something totally resonates with you. Like, let's say we just loved her outfits. If I wanted to click this arrow and then click add to story, it's going to allow me to add this to my story. And I could start a conversation about this of like, oh my gosh, I love this girl's feed. What have you bought on Amazon lately? Anything like that would work. Okay, now let's talk these highlight bubbles. I'd say the most important ones to have are reviews, a start here, and an FAQ bubble, which I have all these. Mine are just a little bit disorganized, so don't go off of me. But how do you add to your highlight bubbles? So to have highlight bubbles, you have to have daily stories. And that is a huge deal about showing up on Instagram, showing your everyday. So we can click through some of my stories so you can see. So I'm just kind of sharing testimonials, but this is me yesterday sharing that me and my family were off to the lake. I can click through and you can see there's a picture of me and my daughter, my husband driving the boat, making a little bit of a joke about the romance novels I read, etc. Also sharing my favorite shorts. So that's like in a nutshell what kind of content you would cover in your daily stories. But this story right here is me sharing something I love. So I could potentially create a highlight bubble around the books I love. So how I would do that is I would first need to upload a story, which I did. And then down here at the bottom where it says highlight, I'm going to tap that. And if I don't already have one that says books I love, I'm going to click that plus sign and type in books I love. And I'm going to click add. And it's going to now add that over there. I can click view profile and it's going to take us over there and you can see it. If you don't love the aesthetic of how it looks, I would tell you to tap on that. And right here where it says more, you're going to click edit highlight. And in there, you can edit the cover to be something that you feel matches your personality so it doesn't look just kind of out of place. So you can see that some of mine have branded stuff to that. You can upload that from your camera roll. We're going to move into Reels. They are my most favorite feature of Instagram. We're not going to give the huge overview. We'll save that training for another day, but we're going to give you a quick Reels tour. So one, to see reels that you have created, you're going to click that tab, and over here it's going to show me my engagement rate, what my reels views are. I'm going to tell you right now, do not fret over what your reels views are. That is not important, like literally at all, especially in the beginning. We want you to focus on just simply showing up. Like, I want to be able to come over here and scroll through and see tons and tons of reels that you have made. And then later on, you can start to worry about like, I wonder why that reel didn't perform as well as that one, etc. But to make a reel, you can click that plus sign right there or right here. Let's just click that, and then it's going to say reel. You click reel, and there we are. So we are going to get started and go over the features of Instagram Reels. Similar to stories, these little emojis kind of give us a hint on what's happening in here. Right here though is the music, and a couple cool things that Reels does is it's going to tell you songs that are trending, which is so nice. And we know they're trending because if there's an arrow that points up, it means, hey babe, this song is trending, you could hop on this. We can also go to this little sparkle feature, and that means, again, it's going to be filters. So I use the green screen effect a lot on my reels, but you could kind of comb through here and see the different ones that it has to offer. You can also click the magnifying glass and search things. So I could search sunflower. I mean, I'm just literally throwing that out, but like sunflower, and I'm gonna find a filter that is sunflowers. This next one is how long the reel will be. So there's a 15 one, 30 second, 60 second, and 90 second. As of right now in 2023, we have 90-second reels here on Instagram. That could go bigger by the time you see this video. Next up, there is this feature. I love this one. This allows you to control how fast or slow certain segments of your reel will go. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. You can see in this reel, I'm going normal speed. I'm opening and closing my compact. I'm using the 1x feature, but I'm about to bump into a segment of my reel where I use the 2x feature, and I'll show you how that works. So here in a sec, I'm going to start going super fast, and I do that with that 1x feature. I'm going, I think, 3x speed right here. So again, similar to stories, I'm going to use the hands-free feature. So I'm going to tap that timer and click set timer, and then I'm going to hit that. And it's going to give me a little bit of a countdown so that my hand is free. So I can just film this segment like this, but then if I wanted to stop and then have it speed up, I will come over here and click stop and go up to that 1x feature and tap that. And let's go to 3x, okay? So when I go back to here, and I move my hand around and all that, and I mess around with my hair, you're gonna notice that when we replay this, I'm going so fast. So I'm gonna stop filming. And if we click next, that right there, that button. So I can just film this segment like this, but then if I wanted to stop and then have it speed up, I will come over here and click and move my hand around and all that, and mess around with my hair. I'm going so fast, I'm gonna stop. So I'm gonna click back, okay? So we still have it all saved. Do you see how those are, that little purple thing? It's all saved, we're golden. But you can see that that is going to really speed up certain aspects of your reel, especially if you're gonna, show your makeup, show you cleaning, whatever it is that you wanted to demonstrate. Also, if we click next, and then we click, one sec, right here, if I click edit video, there's some really cool features down here. So one, if I tap on that, that's going to tell me, hey, this is the segment that you were in that 1x speed. And I can trim off any of the fat that I don't want. So people call this trimming the fat often because you don't need all of that space. And then right here, we can just click that play button and you can see, and let's say, oh, I didn't need all of that clip. So if you didn't need all of that clip, you come right down here and just trim down any of that. While we're in the edit feature, down here at the bottom are some pretty cool things. So if let's say I wanted to add in a clip, I can go right down here to the bottom and I can pull in stuff again from my camera roll. So let's say I had something else in there. I'm gonna click next and I'm gonna add that into my reel. I know that that seems kind of funny, but I just want to make you guys aware of how you can add in stuff from your camera roll that you didn't film right there on the spot. Not going to go into all of the details of the perfect recipe for a great reel, but you will know if you watch that second training that you do need a hook written on the top or bottom of your screen if you want your reel to do well. How you write a hook is you click this right down here where it says text, and in here I'm going to type something like the biggest lie I was told about makeup. And honestly, hooks are a little bit of what we would call, yes, clickbait. So I'm going to click done, and I want to move that. Notice already here on Reels, do you see how that there's that yellow space saying, hey, don't you go over there? It's going to tell you, don't you go up there or down here or anything like that. So we're going to move that to be in the middle. And then I'm going to click done. And down here, you can see that it appears. And I don't need that across the entire screen. I can move my thumb back to have it just be on a section of the reel that I needed it to be, which would be just about in the first 5 seconds of the reel. So I'm moving it all the way over so you can see how if I click play, it's going to, let me turn this down, be on the screen, and then it will disappear. If we're back in the edit video feature, I'm going to show you guys how you can also do a voiceover. So if I tap my screen and notice how there is a music note, I'm going to tap that. I'm going to click controls and I'm going to turn down this because that's basically turning down all of me speaking. And I'm going to show you guys how to do a voiceover. So then you're going to click back to it. Click the music one more time, and right there where it says voiceover, this little red dot is where you get to tell me a little bit of a story of like a day in the life, the biggest lie you were ever told, whatever you want to do, but it's going to voice you over right here, and it's going to play on top of whatever video you have going. Let's say mom life happens and you started editing a reel, but you couldn't finish it. You're gonna click next. And honestly, you're just gonna click save draft. And that's gonna put that right over here. If you were to click on the Reels feature, it's right there under drafts. And you can always come back to that to work on that later on. I hope you found it helpful today, being walked through a basic tour of the features of Instagram, and I will see you guys later.